So I mentioned my family. I can't believe I'm married over 30 years. I'm talking about dreams tonight. I would have never dreamt I could get married because I couldn't get a second date. That was why. But married over 30 years, oh my goodness, it's amazing. My wife says living with me is like being on a vacation. You know, well, her actual words was I was her last resort. It's and we got married and we were told we can't have kids. I dreamt someday that I would have a family, wanted to have a large family because I was the angry, hurting kid that used comedy to cover up my pain. And I get to share that as I speak at high schools. There's kids hurting everywhere. And with this, oh my goodness, it's so much worse today. So we need to be careful. But we were told we couldn't have kids. It was medically impossible. So we reached out and we took a boy off the streets of Philadelphia, got legal custody of this 14-year-old boy whose parents were going through a tough time. And kids in trouble, no kids in trouble. The next thing you know, he said his friend needed help and we had 2 and then we had 3 and then a couple years later it was up to 6 and then 9 and then the local prison called our church and said, could anybody watch prisoners while they await trial? So we had 2 under our house arrest. And my father-in-law moved in after a stroke. He couldn't care for himself, and he brought his son Chucky with Down syndrome. And our house just grew and grew and grew, and then God showed he had a sense of humor and gave us 5 birth babies. Yeah, 4 before they told me what was causing it. We have fun at our house. We do. Whenever we have company, we line our kids up in the living room and we play a game. It's called Guess Which Ones Are the Convicts? And you know what's interesting? You cover up the ankle bracelet, people can't tell. Then my brother said, you're going to be on that Dry Bar special. You better be accurate. Because my website says 19 kids. We've actually just got number 24. But they weren't all kids. And my wife and I said, if we're going to do this. Last week we made a list and we found that they weren't all kids, teenagers. Most of them were teenagers. But there were 8 who were sulking, 7 unemployed, 6 troubled boys, 5 birth children, 4 drug addicts, 3 relatives, 2 prisoners, and a burnt out missionary. The first time I ever did that. That's fun. That is fun. So for COVID, you're not allowed to meet with groups of 10 or more, so we had to ask 4 of our kids to leave. We have 12. We have 12 in the house right now. That's the smallest we've ever been in the last 30 years. It's been such a joy to watch. Oh, it's just amazing. I love sharing about my kids and the different ones, how wonderfully different they are. One of my jokes is we have 24 kids, 1 of each. And people look, because I speak at parenting conferences a lot because of the number of people we took in and the things they were facing and the stuff they've been through. And we found a lot of stuff that works and things that don't work. But I'll tell you what, love makes a big difference. And structures and boundaries. And we do a lot of talk. Oh my goodness, I hear people disciplining their kids today. Oh my goodness. Use your words. Use your words. Oh, I got words. But use something besides words, right? Oh my goodness, I heard this lady saying, I'm going to count to 10, I'm going to count to 10. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Across the street, 9. What happens when she gets to 10? The kid gets what? A timeout. Have you ever gotten a timeout? No. My dad, it was a knockout. There was no timeout. Yeah. Timeout was how long you were unconscious. That's what timeout was. Well, my dad counted to 10, but it was after he hit you. 1, 2. Totally different. Neighbors would comment, that was a good hit right there. That was a good hit. I think he got air. Did you see that? He got air. Clear, consistent consequences. We need that, don't we? Oh my goodness, it's important stuff.